Hey guys, Mike Gross here. Some Q&A time. You guys ready? Let's do it. So, this question is from Timothy Buckthorn. And actually, a lot of people have wanted me to do this comparison and wanted to know my opinion. Doesn't mean one is better than the other, okay? Because I'm not about dissing bands. I like all styles and all bands and all that stuff. But I want to get your guys' opinion too in the comments below. And I also want you to notice there should be a subscribe button right there. See it? Click on over there and subscribe. So the Q&A for right now, we're going to be doing more of these because I backed off them for a while. But I have so many of you guys that are digging these. And it's a chance for you to get to know a little bit more about me, but it also lets me get to know you a little more and get some input from you other musicians out there. Or, you know, some of you guys aren't even musicians. You say you just like coming and checking out what's going on over here. So, Megadeth or Metallica? Or should I say Metallica or Megadeth? I don't know. Here's what I'm going to say. I remember out of my group of friends, it must have been around 83, 84, because I don't know what year Kill 'Em All came out from Metallica, but I remember hearing it on, I think it was KMET or KLOS, a radio station in Southern California. And I really liked it, man. I was like, it was different. Like this raw punk, but like harder, you know, it was metal. And you know, you've heard Kill 'Em All. And I really, really liked it. At the time, I was never really into punk a whole lot, but I really got into suicidal tendencies. So, and this had that, you know, that type of energy. I really liked it. So I went out and bought Kill 'Em All. And I think, you know, at the time, you being 13 or 14, only been playing guitar for a year or two, just like it was fast, you know. I remember that being the thing, like this is like faster than any other music in the metal realm that I was listening to, so it caught my attention. So let's shift on over. It was just obviously a really cool raw album. It's not my favorite album from Metallica though. My favorite album would be Ride the Lightning and Master of Puppets and Justice for All. Hands down, they're always going to be my three favorite. The production got better and they got just heavier. And but let's scoot on over to Megadeth. You know, I've also had people ask me, you know, to do a comparison between Hetfield and Mustaine. You know how I feel, you know, them going head to head. Which maybe I will do something on that. But right now we're just talking about the bands themselves. What impacted me more as a musician and what my preference was. You know, so Megadeth for me, I didn't really start listening to them until Rust in Peace came out. I mean, I'd heard of them before. Rust in Peace, I got it pulled up here. 1990. And that's when Marty Friedman joined Megadeth. And man, talk about me being excited as a guitar player. Marty Friedman and Megadeth always had great guitar players. Dave Mustaine, you know, he knew what to listen for. In his mind, you know, I'd heard him talk in interviews how he just wanted to up the ante with Metallica and that feud that was always going on with them, you know. And Dave, you know, seeming like he didn't quite get the credit. And so, in my opinion, man, he upped the ante from a musical standpoint, a technicality level. Megadeth gets it, man, to me. And Marty Friedman, from a guitar solo standpoint, is just a far better guitar player, in my mind, this is me, than 𝐂𝐿 Hammett. And that's not knocking 𝐂𝐿 Hammett. He has some great epic melodic metal solos. But Marty Friedman was just very, very polished. So that whole album, Rust in Peace, is amazing. And then there was another album, I think, that he was on. I think he did 2 albums with Megadeth. Maybe I'm wrong about that. But anyways, in a nutshell, that kind of sums it up for me. If I had to pick my favorite between the two, it's difficult. But if we're talking about the Rust in Peace album, put up next to a Metallica album, that is very, very hard. From a guitar solo aspect, I'm going with Megadeth and Marty Friedman, hands down. From an all-around, you know, heaviness and song aspect, it's gonna for me be a tie between the Rust in Peace album and any other album from Metallica. They're just both that good, you know. They all went through their journeys, you know, through the 80s, through the 90s. You know, Metallica changing and kind of going with the grunge thing where Megadeth just kept it driving and heavy. Now I feel they had their slumps like everybody does. Wasn't a big fan of euthanasia and you know, some of the 90s stuff, but you know, I listen to Megadeth now and just, you know, they're still on top of their game big time. But then again, isn't Metallica too with their most recent release? So in a nutshell, I'm just gonna go with the Rust in Peace era and give Megadeth a notch above. I want to know your opinions now. Let me know what you think down below. These Q&As are great, huh? They're fun. So I got a lot more of these bands going head to head from you guys that we're going to work on, and guitar player versus guitar player. Okay, so let me know how they impacted you. What do you think? This is going to be a real interesting one because I feel like it's just hard to compare them. But I have friends that are just, they love Megadeth, hate Metallica, or they love Metallica and hate Megadeth. I don't know why that is. Can someone tell me? I don't know. They're both great. But I'm having to go Rust in Peace and the Metallica down here. Be sure to subscribe to the channel. Remember, we talked about that earlier. Do it. Share this stuff. If you're a subscriber, of course you can, you know, request guitar lessons and really get involved in the channel. A lot of fun, man. So be sure to subscribe. That's the one favor you can do me. And share this stuff as well. Check out my paid services. There's 3 of them: guitar lessons, CVT lessons, and priority prepaid. They'll be in the edits. And add me on social media. Until next time, keep rocking.